All right. Part one. I love you too, baby. Part one. This is the part where I'm starting from the youth part, where you are to learn who you are as being in the kingdom of God and on earth. Okay. This is the part where you pay a close attention because a lot of things we do not supposed to do, and a lot of things we do supposed to do. So, excuse me. So, this is the part where I'm being led to start it in obedience. As long as I'm in obedience, everything will be all right. So, let me calm down. Let me brace myself. Let me prepare. Okay. When I was probably about 2, I would want to say 2 at the most, God began to start talking to me and telling me what I was going to be going through and what I was going to have to endure and what I was going to have to understand as being a human form. And these are the things that are important to who we really are. Now, I don't, mind you not, my parents was not in church. Mind you not, my parents did not even allow us, we was allowed to go to church, but we didn't have the opportunity to, okay, well, we got to go to church every Sunday. No, that wasn't it. God had me to get to know him closer through that because of the spirituality that he was teaching me with the spiritual realm. So, as I was going into the age limit of getting older, but as long as I can remember, as a child, I was not able to be around other kids like that. My parents, they just knew what they had to do with me. They didn't really, they didn't force me to do anything. They didn't know. So how can they do anything? All I know is God. He is the one who given me these parents, and these parents was like, okay, this is what you. It was just known to know what it is to understand when you're spiritual. Okay. My parents didn't understand because I didn't talk to them. I didn't tell them what was going on with me. Now, when I got real scared, I ran in the room with them or whatever because I was scared. But I didn't tell nobody what I was going through because I knew they didn't know because they walking past these spirits and these spirits are here. And I knew I couldn't tell them because if I tell them, then, hey, I don't know what they expect. But as time went by, when God was elevating me in the spirit realm, I began to understand a little better. So God put my grandmama, my mom in my life. And I was like, grandmama, why are people dying? And the pastor talking about he died and he rose again. He died on the 3rd day and he rose again with all power. And she said, baby, I talk to you about it and I let you know and I'll be with you after I leave. And I'm like, well, mama, where you going? She was like, I got to leave here. I got to go. And I'm like, no, don't leave me. I'm the only girl. Don't leave me. No, hold up. No, you finna leave me too fast. So I'm in the point where I'm like, okay. And she used to be talking to my granddaddy. And he was already deceased. She said, oh, Leonard, let me alone now. Go on. It ain't time yet. And I'm like, grandmama, who you talking to? I could feel my granddaddy there, but I didn't see him. Shh. I didn't see him. So, in the midst of that, She said, I'm gonna be with you. I was like, but grandmama, you can't leave me yet. No, don't leave me yet, cause I don't understand. And she said, okay. So when she gave me the understanding, right after she gave me the understanding, we was at the dinner table, and she was like, paying me, call 911, and she left. And she never left me. She never left me. I'm gonna be honest with you. What she did was she let me know she was there. That's the first thing. She left a print in the bed where she used to always sit there. She sat at the end of the bed. And that was like, everybody knew she was there. They come in my room. They're like, man, man. They felt peace though. But they never really came in my room because I was always alone because I'm the only girl. So I had to go through this part by myself. So as time went by, I'm not telling everything in this part. I'm just going to stick to the part where I need to give your understanding is when God is preparing you for your destiny, your purpose. So as time went by, we had a little thing, me and my grandmama used to sit, and we used to listen to it, and it brightened up. It was a tulip, some type of flower, but it was colorful. And it used to come on when I walk in the room or whatever. She just let me know. So one day, I think I was like 13, 12, 13, and I was like, Grandmama, hold up, you're going to have to stop now. I'm getting scared. And she did. She knew that at the point that I was scared because I knew that I was finna get ready to go through things in life that I could not change. I could not endure her to see that I was gonna go through, but I knew she wasn't gonna be able not to see it because she on the other side. And she said she'll never leave me. So as I was threshed into the part where after I told her, because she was letting me know that this thing, I could hear her. I could literally hear her talking to me and telling me stuff and telling me, hey, this thing over there don't like you. And I'm like, didn't say nothing, I just listened. This is how they talks to you. Sometimes you don't have to respond to them because they're guiding you. Because sometimes when the enemy is literally, the attacks get stronger when he know that you are listening and you know. But by her talking to me and telling me that this and that, this and that, this and that, I was starting to I was finna get ready to go into a certain type of attacks. Literally. So when I was, I want to say, this happened for it wasn't even much a year. But my grandmama had prepared me for it. The part where where God was talking to me about it as a little girl, that little piece up and down. So I'm like, I was very quiet because when it comes to spirituality, I don't really do talking too much at the time. Not when I'm young and I don't understand. When I don't understand something, I'm not going to give you no information because I don't know what the heck I'm saying or what I got going on. Hey, I'm finna listen. I'm finna follow instructions. I'm finna input, more input. So as time went by, I started seeing this demon in my closet. So this demon, I was like, but it wasn't a demon. He was a protector. He was protecting me. But he was letting me know that things finna get ready to happen in my life. I think they call him a token. I'm gonna look it up. But I think it's called a token, a spiritual token. And he used to follow me. And I used to be like, y'all don't see him. Y'all don't see him. And they was like, no, we don't see him. And I'm like, but he walking across the street and you finna hit him. And he just looking at me as he passed by, just looking at me. I'm like, but he was in my closet. So I thought about it when I was young. My cousin, we had a funeral for my auntie. My dad's sister had got murdered. So we was the only girls, her and me, at the side of my daddy's family. So this is the part where I'm like, okay, I think I'm getting this together. 'Cause I'm the only girl, she's the only girl. The only thing about it is I don't like to be around people. My auntie loved to be around people. Love people. I'm talking about when I say people, she love people. I'm telling you, she had all kinds of friends. And me, I have friends, but I mean, you know, I have associates, but I don't really be around people because I don't like the feelings I be getting. You know, and what I see, and I'm still learning how to adjust to the different atmospheres. I'm being thrust into this thing, you know, and it's not like something that I normally be doing. I'm not comfortable. Don't do that. I'm not comfortable. Nowhere, no shape, form, or fashion. How can I be comfortable when I'm not even of this world? So I never been comfortable in nothing I do. That's how come you could change, be versatile, you know? And people literally think that you're comfortable with who you are. No, you are comfortable with who you are because you have no choice. But you're not comfortable with the things that you have to do in order to be made into who God is creating you to become. So, as this token, as I don't know, I haven't studied it yet, but I will after I get off of here. After I get off of here, I'm going to study. But my cousin my dad's cousin had a jar, and in this jar, see, at first the room in my room, it was a den. Because I was just little. I wasn't probably about 3 years old. I was 3, and man, I don't know how old I was, but I was looking at the jar, and it had eyeballs up and down. It had ears. It had tongue. And I was looking, and the eyeball rolled around and looked at me, and the man walked up in the room. He was like, "What you doing? You ain't got no business touching this. You ain't got..." I was like, I didn't touch it. I didn't. I did not put my hand on it. I just was looking. I was drawn to it because it had a funny scent. And I'm like, so I got a little closer to see what was going on with this thing. Hey, something ain't right. So he just comes in and he just fussing and acting all nuts and stuff. But it didn't make me feel bad because I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's your problem. You the one got to deal with that circumstance. I'm just being drawn to this. And the same thing I seen in that jar, it was like unspeakable, you know. I seen the man getting mutilated. And I was like, well, okay. All right. And I don't know if that was the drawing to it, that I was to see that what was going on with this jar, if this was a purpose for me to look at it or what, but okay. So that was the person that was in the jar was in my closet. He was trying to hide from me because I knew he was there. But I put all my shoes in the closet if I could be able not to see him. So this particular year, I used to want nobody to touch my closet, period. Don't touch my closet. Oh, don't fool my closet. Don't you touch my closet. Oh, don't you touch that door. You know? I was like, no, don't fool with it. At the time, I was scared. But I didn't let nobody know what I was enduring because I knew who I was at a young age. So, in the midst of what I'm saying is that the man literally followed me. Until one day, I'm gonna be honest with you. This broadcast right here is on this part one of when God prepares you for your assignment. Okay, so He's preparing you for your assignment, for your earthly purpose. So I'm like, okay. This man keep following me. I can't tell nobody nothing. So this particular year, my brother, he started getting very violent. It was this foul scene. It's like the scene got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm talking about literally big. Like the aroma from it. It was in my room. And I believe that this was a curse. This is how I feel. This is what I understand. This is what spiritually I understand. So, you trying to go out? You trying to go out, baby? My mom. Yeah. Scare yourself. It sure be so scary. Got a bunch of seers. But so the text had started getting very, very intensified. So I'm like, okay, I can't just let this happen because this is not supposed to be going on like this. We under attack. So what do I supposed to do? How do I supposed to go about this? In shut the door, baby. So in the midst of the text getting so intensifying, my brother getting very violent. The aroma in the house getting very, in my room getting very, very big. I'm talking about, it started from like a little cinch to a big cinch. The more of the negativity, it was like drawn to the negativity or something. And I was like, man, I don't know what to do, but I ain't scared. By that time, I wasn't scared no more. I was like, I'm over it. We stayed by a graveyard, so I had no choice but to get over it. So, stop. So, I was more of like, okay, let's get it. That was my favorite word by mine when I was younger. I'm ready for whatever. So, I didn't understand how this cinch, because I couldn't see it. The enemy wouldn't let me see that, but I was able to sense it in my brother. We started seeing it very strong. The attacks started getting more intensified. So this particular day, he chases me, and I runs in my closet. He breaks down my door, and the thing comes out my closet. Listen to me clearly. My attacks started going stronger. He was hiding something from me because he was protecting me from me not getting under attack. The token. Okay? Like I said, I'm gonna look it up when I go back. When I get up off of here. from the demon that was growing in the house. Because he knew I could see him because he used to watch me. I'm like, man, this junk crazy, man. So I used to put my cover over my head because I slept my light on. You touch my light, I'm about to go crazy. Hey, I'm like, man, don't you touch my light. Don't you Okay. So I would not sleep with my light off until after this. So after my brother chased me up in there, he bust out my wall. I'm in my closet door. And I was like, man, what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? I was like, what I'm gonna do? This thing ain't finna get me. I'm thinking to myself, this thing ain't finna get me. I just knew that the enemy was coming after me. I just knew it. I didn't know by being told to me, but by my grandmama, you know, and seeing it. It wouldn't let me see it, period. I didn't start seeing it till later, but let me get to this part. So, he didn't mess with me. He didn't mess with me until about a couple of weeks later. I'm talking about he just started messing with me. All of a sudden, I'm a little target. We outside. I don't even much remember what it was no more, y'all. I promise. But he hits me with an oak stick and break my ribs. And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I'm calling the police. I called the police. The police tell me that my parents, by me being young, my parents had to come and help and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. I ain't worried about it. I can't worry. I know, but so I had to nurse myself back to health. Because I didn't tell nobody my real story. I didn't tell nobody. I know I'm under spiritual attack. And God is teaching me because I know I'm a healer. Okay? Because at a young age, like I said, God teaches you. This is the part where I'm just telling you about how you got to be able to not speak in times. Okay? Because there's a time for everything. Everything. Just because it's maybe time for this, it may not be time for that. It may be time for this, but it may not be time for that. Okay? It's a timing that God speaks to us and tells us what we can do and what we can't do because it is for a purpose that He has. And that is come by wisdom. So, when I told my daddy, and he got home from work, because I used to jump out the window, but I jumped out the window to go smoke weed because all the turmoil was going on in the house. And I'm with family, so I wasn't worried about it. You know, y'all, ain't nobody bother me, no sexual thing like that, but I used to have to get me a peace of mind. I had to do something to get a peace of mind, so that's how I got my peace of mind. So it wasn't nothing about no sex or nothing like that. It was just that I was like, I know ain't nobody gonna understand what the heck I'm going through. It ain't no way in the possible world I could tell somebody that this thing is going on in my life. Because I see we have parties. They walk right past these spirits and they ain't saying nothing. And I'm the only one who can see it and lock eyes with me and I'll help break loose. And after this, oh no, I'm not finna talk to nobody. I ain't finna say nothing to nobody about this. Until I ain't think I was gonna ever be able to speak about it. Period. But God had to help me to be able to communicate on that level that trying to keep my jacket up. Feeling funny. So I came to understand that the more older I got, the more advanced things had begun to come to me. So I was like, okay, let me see something. After I had got healed and everything, and I was more of, okay, nah, this ain't gonna be happening to me no more. So I used to walk by my brother's door with a big butcher knife. But God told me to always keep my heart. Don't. Certain things I couldn't do. He always talked to me and told me that ain't my angel, Tiffany. That's her name. She always told me that everything was gonna be all right. Everything is gonna be all right. So me and her, we always came. We was more of a we. I had to learn to talk to her because she was my friend. Because my friends, I didn't have like her because she was always there with me. And nobody could see her, but I knew she was there, and I talked to her, and we talked. So, in the midst of it, my grandparents used to come to me and talk to me about stuff. About me being the only girl. I have no more time on my hand. I'm always a homebody. I go outside, I play outside, I go outside, do whatever. But I come back up and down, and I take care of what I'm supposed to. These are the things that show you who you are as being a child, growing into your adulthood, getting prepared for your purpose. So this is just one. So as I began to go under that attack, I knew I was great. I knew it, but I wanted to kill my brother. And one day, I had a dream. My grandmama, she was sitting in her chair by the door by my room, and I jumped over her leg, ran over that, and I said, And that time, I was just constant dreams. And I was like, and I finally was one day watching Freddy Krueger and how he pulled, how they'll pull people in their dreams and stuff. And I was like, what? That sounds like that's something I could, let me see something. So one day, I had a dream that a witch was riding my chest, holding me down, literally a evil witch. And we was, my dad was walking by, just put like, my dad was walking by in a dream. I said, Daddy, help. So my daddy came in, he began to help me, and it's throwing him all around the room. I was like, I think I caught the wrong person. Wrong person up in the dream because this man can't help me. So, in reality, well, in the natural part, in this realm, okay, my brother and my daddy and my mama and his baby mama, they had a big fight. Not me. Because I transferred it over to my dad. Family, my mom and dad. Okay, this is when all the other part of the attacks became real extent. Excuse me. So at this point, I'm like, what have I done? What have I done? Oh my God, what have I done? I had to pull these people up in my tree, and this came to reality. What's going on? So I'm troubled about this thing. I can't. I don't know if I need to kill this nigga before he kill us. I'm just how I talk. Or just leave here for my sanity, for I can be sane, man, because this is crazy. So, as that particular time, I dropped the knife. This is for real. I dropped the knife. I said, you know what? Devil, you ain't gonna get the best of me. You ain't gonna get me. That's what I said. You ain't gonna get me. I know. I got this. That's what I told the devil. I have never done no evil. You understand? I might have my ways or whatever, but I never done no evil. No, ever. No. Because God told me not to. And I'm not. Even when the devil try to ride me like a horse, no. You can't ride me now. But hey, this is the part where I drew the line. Listen to what I just said. I drew the line. He ain't getting me down. This at a young age. Because all I know is my family fussing, arguing, cussing, cuss each other out. And that's their love language. Hey, man, I don't like that. Man, oh, no, that ain't love. Hey, oh, God, if I said, love, you said that family supposed to love each other. That ain't what I read in the Bible later on. But, hey, I know that God is love. My family ain't no God. They ain't don't know nothing about no church. But hey, they doing the best that they can to be sane. So I was like, okay. I got to go. So this particular day, my cousin, me and my cousin, we finna go out the door. My dad, he said, you ain't going nowhere. I said, yes, I am. He got on me, he slapped me. I chunked them tears up. I said, look, I said, I'm still going. He said, what have I done? What have I done? He looked at me. He said, he did. What have I done? It was over with. At that point, I knew that I had to go, and I had to go out into this world and explore, because this is not it. I didn't care what nobody said about me at a young age. I went to school. If I seen something I like, in front of the principal and insurance officers, I never cared about what nobody think. I do not care. I'm warning. I don't care how anybody think when it comes to what I know that I have to do. And like I've been told from day one, I don't have anything to worry about. That's not my worries. I can't help. I could feel these things that's going on around me in the spiritual realm, and these fights and these battles that's going on, that I have to help the other people that's in the other lands and other continents, regions, nations and stuff. We are not in one place. This is what came to me as a young person in this body. Now, this is the part where we are to understand that we are who we are. We have purpose. Every person, everyone, and every circumstance have a purpose. And that is a beautiful thing, because when we all come together, as I heard, we're not going to, that's a lie. That's a lie. And the truth ain't in them. It's like this. God is making sure that he line everything up. Everyone up. Every circumstance up. Every creed, breed, nation, and region, and tribe, and breed, and creed, because he knows what is best for us. He has the ability. He's intricate. He's all-knowing. He is the one who gives life and takes life, spiritually and physically. You can't fight that battle. You can't sit and think that this battle is for you to give to somebody else. You can't do it. You can't do it. That's why Jesus didn't go out until he was 33. And when it's time, that's time. It may look like that some things are not what it's supposed to be, but it's timing. And I've learned that that's on my next one. So y'all be blessed. I'm trying to make them 35 minutes at the most now in time. But I love y'all. Y'all stay encouraged.